In this video we're going to look at sidebars on websites. So let's look at a couple of different examples and see what they're used for and how to create your own sidebar on your website and edit it. So let's have a quick look at a sample WordPress website. This one is crowpatrickheritagetrail.com. And on this site what they do is they use the sidebar to display a search box and to list all of the pages on the site. So it's basically a sitemap down the side. So that's one thing that you can use a sidebar for. Here's another WordPress website, and again it's got the sidebar on the right hand side, and at the top they have a subscription for RSS email to get updates to the blog, and they also have an email sign up. That's another thing that you can do, and also list popular blog posts, recent comments. And even if you look at the Google search results, you see that they use sidebars. So for example, on the left hand side they've got different search options, so you can search images or news or videos, or search it by time. And on the right hand side they use a sidebar to display other advertisements and maps. So let's have a look at sidebars on our sample site here. We can see that by default the sidebar shows archives, which is the archive of blog posts. It also shows some links to log in and out of the site administration. So what we're going to look at doing here is adding some of the other features, like for example a list of pages, and see what other options are available in WordPress to modify your sidebar. So let's have a look at the dashboard. And in the dashboard what we want to do is we want to look at widgets. Now, using the default 2010 theme, the widgets area is already set up, and it has primary widget area, secondary widget area, and several footer widget areas. So what these do is these allow you to drag and drop various items onto the widget area, and what that does is that then displays whatever you've asked it to display. So for example, here's the list of WordPress pages. So what we're going to do is drag pages over and drop that into primary widget area. I'm going to give that a title of site navigation and hit save. So now I go and I refresh the page, and you can see that automatically the 2010 theme has replaced the default search box that was there and has instead put in what I've asked it to, which is a list of the site's pages and a header called site navigation. So let's say you want to change the title there from site navigation to sitemap. You can type that in, hit save, do a refresh, and now that's changed again. So what you can do is you can build a sitemap as you like. You can then sort by page title, page ID, page order. You can also exclude pages. So for example, if I open the pages and let's say I want to exclude the contact page, what I can do is I can find out what the page ID for this page is by clicking on edit and looking at the address bar, and I can see that the page ID here is 5. And if I go back to widgets and to sitemap, I can tell it to exclude page ID 5. And if I now refresh, we can see the contact page is now excluded from the sitemap. And you can do that with as many pages as you like. What you do is you just separate the different page IDs by a comma and then hit save. So that's one thing that we can do with the widget area. We can add a sitemap. So let's try some of the other options available to us here. So you can see if you add the ASCII met, this now shows the number of spam comments that ASCII met have blocked. You can use recent posts or recent comments to show a list of those. So you can add in, for example, you can add a search form if there isn't one there already. We'll just call that search. and you can also add some text in. And as you can see, you can drag and drop these into any area you like above or below the existing widgets. So let's put the text in here, and we'll say important note: all visitors to the site should check in at reception. And if you go ahead and refresh, so you see you can add any kind of text in here you want. So what this allows you to do is customize the sidebar any way you want. Now if you want to take a widget that you've created, say for example the text note, and instead of deleting it, which you can delete with this option here, instead of deleting that, you want to save that for later. You might want to use it. It might be something that you put up once a month, a special offer or something like that. What you can do is you can drag that down into the inactive widgets section, and that will save that here, so that when you log in next month and you want to put up the note again, it's already there for you to drag and drop onto the widgets area. So that's the basics of using widgets and what you can do with sidebars. We'll cover another way to edit sidebars later, which is actually editing the theme file. That's a little bit more advanced, so we'll cover that in a different video.